Hello, universe. Alright, so I officially hate the new headphones I ordered, which puts me in the predicament of having to find another solution for the audio recording. Mission I'm on, because these, for whatever reason, when they bang into my shirt, my face, my whatever, they certainly leave audio tracers of boom, 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 like I'm bouncing around in some room. I can't walk while I record because that creates too much motion with these earbuds. And so I guess what I'm going to do is I'll head over to that massage chair. I'm going to take some of this. Should I take the Ghost OZ? Ooh, let's do blueberry headband and pink lemonade. There we go. We'll go down the fruit THC road today and hopefully end up somewhere productive. I wonder if I'm the first person to ever put those, what was that, 13 words together? Something like that. Oh, kitty's in the massage chair? Well, a lot of you would probably go, kick the cat out of the chair, dog. What's wrong with you? Well, you know, kitty has a wound the size of a quarter on her that is just a scab. That's why I call her Jupiter for a nickname, with her big red spot. But I don't know, she looks pretty comfortable over there, and frankly, she was there first. And if I remember right from childhood, that was one of those rules that it's like, okay, that was scoreboard for a 4-year-old. I was here first. Hell, you even had the cosmic right to call, this is still mine, I have to go do something, but I'll be right back. Right? We had that agreement in my early childhood with friends and sisters and siblings. I did not have brothers, so sisters were all I had. Sister, I did not have sisters, but I had a sister, my little sister. And I know we had the agreement that if you called it's mine and came back for it, it was yours. Now, in the time you were gone, the person who was watching it could certainly experience the luxury of said item or the true position dominance of said place in the room, or whatever was the reason for wanting to maintain said tactical board location. But when that person returned, given reasonable time, of course, overnight I don't believe would have counted, but when that person returned, it was theirs to be had, and you had to move accordingly. Okay. And so, why do we do the things that we do? Well, why did we come up with that little agreement? Well, it seems fair, right? It seems fair that I don't just go over there and throw the cat somewhere else. Now, could I encourage her to move? Might I go pop a can of cat food and get her into the back area so that that chair is now available to me? Sure. But in ways, that's kind of a win-win, right? I know the cat will respond to that moment with favor because she likes the new can of food. So I assume that's a winning moment for her, because every single time I have done that, other than the times when she was so sick she couldn't get out of the cellar, she has responded with vigor. So I assume she considers it a win. Now, that's an assumption. We haven't had this conversation. I do not know that she considers that a win. Maybe like a true robot in the simulation, it just fires up her response to go make sure she gets food while it's there to be had. Maybe it's an obligation. Maybe it's the one time she feels like she doesn't know how she's always so compelled to do this. Maybe it's her craps table. But as comfortable as she looks in that chair right now, I'm not about to move her. How many comfortable days does she have left? Not enough for me to want to disrupt the one she's currently experiencing. So why do I do the things I do? I don't know. A lot of them I was just told. This is it, right? This is how we do the things we do. This is how things get done. And, well, again, I hate to be a thorn in the side. But why? Why are we doing it this way? Why are we settling for this? Why was it ever even conceive that this is the way we should do it. You know, like my concept for the 7-day week, right? Work 3 days, 4 days off. Work 3 days, 4 days off. All right. And I've told you I like to work within the paradigms that are here. I don't want to upset the apple cart and try to reinvent the whole wheel. That's too much work. Nobody's going to go for it. But why do we have a 7-day week? You ever thought about that? And if you haven't, why haven't you? It's not like the 7-day week is intuitive. We don't have 7 toes. Doesn't fit the cycling of the sun that we're told we're on, that ride around old soul man. Because that takes 365 days. Well, it takes 365.24 days. And, well, nothing is going to divide well with that kind of math. 7 definitely doesn't divide into 365. A little bit. But you know what does divide into 365? Obviously, this is one of those who dropped out of math in the 2nd grade can tell me. Well, 5 days. 73 weeks. We had 5 days a week. So why don't we have 5 days a week, right? I mean, we got a 10-base number system because we got 10 fingers. Why don't we have a 5-day week? Okay. But that 7-day week divides so sweet into months and, oh wait, well, no it doesn't. 30 days has September. This little limerick is all I remember. And I have to remember that stupid limerick so I know how many days are in a month. Why don't we just have 30-day months? Well, because then we'd all be way too conforming. Okay. Well, let me just take a stab at this. And I have no idea why we have 7-day weeks. I'm sure Google might even be able to tell me. Perhaps there's some ancient law that dictates our weeks be 7 days long. But here's what I'm guessing. And again, realize, I see no power. I don't think anybody's better than anybody. I don't think that I'm smarter than anybody. I don't think anybody's smarter than me. I don't think I'm funnier than anybody. I don't think anybody's funnier than me. I think we are all just interested in different things. We're manifesting different realities. We're getting out of this world what we're getting out of this world based on the interests and the character makeup sheet we were all born into. So, and I obviously I think the same way of my cat, for goodness sake. We all have the liberty and right to pursue happiness that being manifested in this 3D, 4D reality of time, though time may be an illusion. This experience, I don't believe I deserve to belittle anybody else's run in the game, as it were. Everybody gets the right to play the game their way. Now, when that means that playing your way is to infringe upon that of others, well, okay, that seems like behavior we got to go say no more. Because when you're a kid and you want your seat back, well, it's because you were there first. There are reasons for why your position is one of favoritism. And it's not one of favoritism across all time unless you plan on doing nothing but sitting in that seat. Right? Someday you're going to give up that experience because you're going to want to go climb that tree or run across that brook or jump into that pond or something else, because life's about doing all sorts of stuff. So the 7-day week seems like it must have been in somebody's best interest. Well, whose, right? I don't know. That's a question I like to ask. Whose best interest did this serve? Who got something out of this? Where did we find a moment to either ascend as a species for the healing and learning experience that some event may have provided? Or did somebody pull a fast one on us and swing a rope their way to get a little advantage that they saw as something they thought they deserved to go grab? Well, if I'm looking to create a situation in which I can get humans to work. Well, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to get them to work every single day. That seems like a situation they're not going to put up with. Okay, can I get them to work, say, 3 out of 4 days? How about a 4-day week? Work 3, take a day off. Work 3, take a day off. Work 3, take a day off. Oh, but those humans, you know how they bitch about not getting 2 days off in a row? They got like laundry to do, and then they want to watch football. And they don't want to watch laundry or football while they're doing laundry because they're lazy. So you got to give them 2 days off in a row. So if we go to a 4-day week, it'll be 50-50. They'll be working half the time, taking half the time off. And the overlords are like, no, that ain't no good. Well, what about a 5-day week? I mean, it makes sense, right? You got 365 days. This is what our overlords sound like when they speak to each other. Anyway, 73 weeks. You could even turn this into the oh-so-elegant 72-week schedule, which would allow that 73rd week to, say, be the week of Harvest Festival or whatever you want to celebrate 5 days of unique, worldwide, we are humanity, we are awesome, let's go celebrate and party for 5 days. But take that away, and you've got 73 weeks of 5 days. Well, if they talk us into working 3 of those days and taking 2 off, well, we're only working 219 days. Okay, working 219 days, taking 146 days off. All right, it's a pretty good ratio, 60% work, 40% time off. I like it. We can get the humans to do that. But then some other, hey, but what if we were to say, take a 6-day week out of this thing? Get them to work 4 days, take 2 days off. Huh? 66% of their labor instead of 60. I like the margins. Well, that asshole started a conversation that slid all the way to the 10-day week. Think about it. Of course, they're going to look at a 10-day week. If they could get us to work 8 days and take 2 off, ba-boom! But again, wiser voices in that room of buzzards said, no, they won't go for that. 9-day week is weird because the math doesn't work out anywhere. Even the 6-day week is weird because that leaves you that extra 5-day gap again. And with a 6-day week, it's like, well, you're constantly going to be thinking, well, why didn't you just do a 5-day week? Why is there a 6-day week? Then you're going to look greedy because you took that extra day because we know you wanted 1 more day of work. So in walks the top hat, tuxedo wearingest duck of all and says, I know exactly how to get the most labor out of them. 7-day week. Because the brilliance is we can still give them 2 days off every week. They'll think they're getting many vacations. And in return, we will get 5 days of their labor. Somebody with a calculator in the room quickly did the math and realized this equates to 260 days of labor to 105 days off. Ha 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 ha. Humans are stupid. You think they'll fall for it? That was probably the biggest question they had. Do you think we can get the humans to be stupid enough to fall for it? I don't know. Let's try. There's going to be this bonus where every year their birthday will switch to a different day. So they won't always have their birthday on, say, Tuesday. Yay for them. We'll have to focus on that being we'll have to make sure birthdays are celebrated so that people have that extra day to feel good about themselves, even if it's a day that they work. Ha ha! They won't even be smart enough to take that day off. They'll work through it. You watch. So that, to me, is why we have a 7-day work week. Because it maxes out the advantage for those who are using our labor to generate the inequity that exists in today's society of humanity. I could be wrong, right? Google probably tells me I'm wrong, and I'm sure Wikipedia has an explanation as to why 7 days is so cosmically good for my soul, or whatever. But think about it. Why does anything exist? Because whoever made it the paradigm got an advantage by making it the paradigm. When I say all I want is kindness, understanding, and forgiveness, you know what doesn't come with that? Thinking I'm better than you. Thinking I deserve more than you. Thinking my advantages should be greater than yours. Thinking my garage full of shit should be nicer than yours. I don't think any of that. I don't think any of that. And the people who do were trained to think that way. Now, my question is, why are those at the top, those with the most, those with the access to the resources that some of us can't even imagine, those with the bureaucratic strings to pull that literally allow them to create policy, why have they started running amok? Why are they grabbing with reckless abandon? Why are they lying in every capacity to cover their tracks? And why are they constantly taking more and more and more? They're smart. They know this trajectory is one that will lead to violent revolution, and they will be the targets. So why is the arc swinging upward? Why do the ones at the top have more than they've ever had, and that trajectory is only increasing? What do they know? You have to look at the situation that's happening and ask the right questions. This is the kind of historical pattern that leads to those of us with nothing picking up pitchforks and demanding the heads of those of us who took advantage. They know that. And yet they are accelerating. Why? What do they know? Are my dreams where I walk around in this hazy, thick atmosphere where the red disk above me, I can't tell if it's the sun or the moon, and the amount of light in the air is wrong for the temperature? Is that recurring dream? Dream deja vu waiting to happen? Am I going to be in that scenario wondering how I got here? I've dreamt this before. That I'm walking with some dog I don't recognize in a group of people and we're looking for shelter and we run into some other people who don't know anything about what's going on. Why do I have that dream? Why do I have it a lot? What do they know? What do they know that they're not telling us? Well, I just don't believe that there's any way that your humanity is so far gone that you don't realize that the only way out for all of us is to work together. You cannot garrison resources, drill bases underground, and bury yourselves with some sort of reclamation project that you think will somehow save the soul of humanity. It won't. We do this together, or it doesn't work. I'm here to embrace all of you, even those of you who have lost your way completely. You don't deserve to have any authority or opinion that you think is better than anybody else. We are the greatness that it is to manifest as a human being. I grant you that. And so I hug you with those open arms. I run to you and say, it's time to embrace me back. And remember why you're here. To elevate us all. We are all here because we're all as great as each other. Now, if that's not a huggable moment, I don't know what is.